Hello, everyone. Good evening. Here I am. Hello. It's late. I'm very confused. Cats even more so. Speaking of changing your routine, my God, but I'm here and I'm excited for a spooky raffle. What about you? Look at my flower crown. Do you like it? I've had so much stress about this stupid crown. You don't even know. Uh, I accidentally kicked Winston, who is very confused about what has been going on in the last 2 hours. I usually have a pretty set routine, in the evening and in the morning, and now everything has been messed up. So he's confused, and he was doing kamikaze, and I was angry at me because he walked into me, all right, not the other way around. But he'll be okay. He might be a little bit annoying though for a little bit longer. Uh, but yeah, here I am, a little bit later than I intended to be, because I needed a little bit more sleep than I thought I did, and I was woken up by Toulouse, who decided that she wanted her dinner. So, what better way to wake up your human than puking in their face, like literally. She was in my. It was quite the wake up, but at least I was awake, I guess. Hello everyone. How are we doing? Hi, Erin. How did your stream go earlier? Yeah, I kind of forgot to eat today, so I figured let me just have a little bit of lasagna. I made a huge, big pan of lasagna a few days ago, and I'm still eating from it because I'm too lazy to make something else. And why? Why would I make something else when I have lasagna within reach? Speaking of which, though, I have something to tell you about Italian food. Hi, 40. How are you doing? Straight up, yes, I has arrived. And in honor of last year's Halloween, which was very awkward and cringe, and I really didn't know what I was doing, I wore the dress that I wore for Halloween, being a very poor and pauper C-rated Tinkerbell. I did not put on the wig, as you can see. I do have it still, and I did bump into it like on accident this week. But I'm not putting that back on. No way, no way. I do have to say that I appreciate Erin's commitment to the bit, uh, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. I did choke a little bit. That was not helpful. Zombie. I am dead. Which, you know what? That's actually a little bit unfortunate. If I had had a different weekend than I had, and really just week, because it's been downhill ever since. There's an event nearby, I think. Sorry. Um, it's been a bit downhill since last stream. I have slept so badly, to the point that at some point I woke up at 2. Well, I gave up at 2, and I just started purging my clothing because I didn't know what else to do, and I collected 2 bags of clothing to donate. So there's a blood moon in a few hours. Who knows? You'll never know what can happen. That kind of explains a lot, actually. Yes, it's true. I saw last night. It should be starting now. I mean, the reason it's so dark here isn't because it's dark outside. No, actually, we have a mutated day after the start of autumn has finally introduced itself for this year. It was 28, 29 degrees today. Horrible, horrible. But it did help with my nap because I was just out. I was out. I was gone. Hi, Torlik. How are you doing? I'd only be fizzled around 8 to 9 p.m. It's not even dark. Oh, wait, you mean when it's rising? When it's rising. When is the moon rise in the Netherlands? Tomorrow we might get thunder, but you know how I feel about the weather in the Netherlands. Wait, hello? Hello? Oh, no. I. This is too complicated. It will be full over here in the Netherlands at exactly 8 past 8. So yeah, that's That's interesting. I might put out some of my minerals, actually. Hi, Blue. How are you doing? Thank you, straight up. Yeah, I. This is one of the things that I was stressing about last week. Turns out I figured out where my packages are going. My packages are being put in the wrong mailbox for some reason, since like a few weeks. Don't know why, and because I am not informed, and I guess that person who has been receiving the packages in their mailbox assumed that normally if you take a package for a neighbor you get like a notification, the person who was supposed to get the package. But because I didn't know, and as far as they knew, um, I was going to come pick it up, which I never did. And after the last package, they decided to come a few days later. But I'd already reordered. Oh my God, it's been such a mess. It's been such a mess. But I'm happy with that. I am wearing it in honor. It makes sense. It makes sense, I promise. In honor of Hannibal, my favorite show, my comfort show, my go-to show, and the fandom that was, fully alive while Hannibal was still going, and the trend that they started with their flower crowns to brighten up the horrible, just really artistic gore. I feel like it's artistic gore. To brighten up, they would edit flower crowns into the scenes. So that's what I'm doing. I am in the middle of reality, which is not a good place to be at this moment. This time life sucks, but I'm gonna you know wear flower crowns. I have started collecting them. I'm gonna collect them. I'm gonna find them all. A fictional character. I can't think of the name. Sean, is it Tinkerbell? Because yes, you did, Aaron, twice. So thank you for that. I really desperately needed that. In fact, okay, so it's to the point that, so don't hate me. It's me and Mabel's her fault, but I have been listening to Brad Mondo's videos because he's adorable. He freaks out, and I get it, but also it's just adorable. And he went on a rant this morning about something, and he said, "Should I just hit my face into the wall?" And I fully, with my whole chest, said, "Please do. It would make me feel better." It was so mean. Of course, he wasn't going to hurt himself. It was going to be comedic relief, but also I saw that thought come through my mind. I was like, "Wow, okay, so maybe I should like watch videos of kittens or something. I don't know." I didn't finish The Maidens. In fact, I am not entirely sure where I left my copy, which says everything you need to know how I feel about that particular book. Not enjoying myself. You're getting your certificate for tourism and hospitality management. Oh, okay. Congratulations. How are you going to celebrate? Wait, what is that? Torlik, what is that? What is that? Who would have thought that my accidental flower crown moment would end up in me realizing, you know what? I want to be a flower princess. So I guess give me a year. Give me a year, and next year I'm sure that I'll find a way to be secure enough in my own body to wear this outside. Because maybe I should not have this open twice. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't mind that. I don't like that. I don't mind that at all. That's so interesting that you're saying that though, because that's kind of what The Maidens is about. Torlek, have you read it? That's a coincidence. Extra green. Hello and stupefied. A Witcher character. I love all of these. Thank you. It's probably also because it's pretty dark. The sun is actually right in front of the window. The sun isn't setting for at least an hour or two yet, so it's really bright. And I cannot deal, so I decided to keep it as dark as possible, even darker than last time. Because, I'm gonna have to go to sleep again in a little bit, because I'm not okay yet. I'm so tired. I've had such a horrible week when it comes to sleep. I'm crying a lot, which isn't helping either. So thank you. That that you like the flower crown. I would recommend getting it one yourself because it's really quite enjoyable. I have to say, in real life, it looks really cheap, I think, but that doesn't matter. It's okay. It makes me feel pretty anyway. Thank you, Blue. What? I mean, I guess I'm already on topic for Halloween for my outfit. You got moved? That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all, 40. Going to work on my challenge. Wait, is it the thing with the maps? Is that what you're talking about? Yes. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. We all want to be a flower princess, right? I remember the cast of Hannibal putting them on during panels because it just went, it got completely out of control. The flower crown hysteria, but it was so pretty, and it was really a way to connect with people. So if you want to try something to brighten your day with something silly that doesn't have to be too expensive, get yourself a flower crown. It's really entertaining, especially the boys. Oh, should I try to find panels? I do think I need to add a little bit of light over here, like a reading light or something, because I don't think I can um, read. I know I kind of need one with Matt's and Hugh. I feel like, oh, I mean, you can Google it. You can Google just like Hannibal flower crowns. You'll see, you'll see that they were but they were edited on there. Well, I'll just put this one. I'm gonna copy the link image somewhere. No, not somewhere. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna search. It's my server. I can do whatever I want. In general, you can find in general a link to an image of. I think it's a producer and one of the actors that was in Hannibal. Not no, also an actor. Oh, it's him. I'm so sorry. That's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These are two actors, and this is the way they would look during the panels of this horrible, gory show about a cannibal. So yeah, I've read that book, yeah, but not the Maidens. So that's basically what it's about. I need to read that still. The reason I'm not enjoying it is because to me it feels like it's pretty much a ripoff of the Secret History. It feels too much alike. There's even two characters that have the same names as characters from the Secret History. The only difference is that it's not actually they're suspects, I would say, but everyone is a suspect in the book. Like actually, I even because I think no, I can't even gather my thoughts yet. I haven't quite finished. I was planning on doing that today, but I only got like 2 hours of sleep. Was going to sleep in for the first time in forever, but I go on walks with Winston, really early, and he was so sweet when he woke me up this morning. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll get up. But then I went back to bed, and I only woke up like what time is it? 2 hours ago? No, not even an hour and a half ago, I think. I have already pre-ordered Erin's writing challenge. I'm here for it. It's not going to be awful. I know what awful is now, and I'm pretty sure you're not able to replicate the awfulness that has been published in recent years. So don't worry. Decided I'm not using one. It would just stop me from going straight because the map doesn't matter. It's not that detailed. Ah, I see. Oh, it would be nice if you're making like a real life mood board. Oh, I think you're doing it digital. I am dreaming of making one of those murder walls one day. Even if it's not necessary, I just want to have a murder wall. What am I saying? Wait, actually, some twinkle lights. Wait, you're giving me a great idea because I found. Listen, I really couldn't sleep, all right? So I've been cleaning nooks and crannies of my home that I really don't go to normally, and I've been finding things. I was like, I didn't know I had this. What is this? Just things that I took from the store, I bought at the store. and that have been stashed away. And I have those drippy lights. Maybe I can do something with those. Wait, let me get them. Let's see. I really don't know where my. Normally, I can see the books that I'm reading from where I'm sitting here. There's really not a lot of places where I go normally. I I don't know whether. What, maybe it left. I think the maiden's left. Let me get the twinkle lights because that actually. Hold on. Okay, so I've got these, but they're a bit long. They're supposed for outside, but then again, I can actually look around at the store because we have an just indecent amount of Christmas stuff this year. Um, I know people are upset about Halloween and Christmas stuff getting into stores earlier and earlier, but we're gonna need that time to organize and get rid of it, or at least as much as we can this year because it's a lot. It's too much. So I might just try to find something at the store. I could see why you would be worried about wearing the flower crown outside. You'd be a princess to every little girl that sees you, and holding that magic can be a lot. Well, actually, on Stupid, that is already happening. Like, little girls, the way I dress on stream, I just go outside like that as well. I'm not, I mean, I don't care anymore. The blessing of being in your 30s and being a millennial, especially, I feel like having gone through the end of the world more times than I can count, I have been just too tired too tired to care about what people think in my small town about how I wear, how I dress, and because I usually wear a long skirt, I just put in a little bit of effort, a little bow in my hair, just something simple. But because that's so rare, really, that people really dress the way they want, even if it's, especially if it's a little bit whimsical. Uh, I get stared at by just babies, because they're like 3 or 4, can barely walk. Just recently, there was this little girl, and I'm assuming she was with her grandpa, and they were in the hallway to go outside, but she was just standing still, and she was about to go into a tantrum. I feel like because her face was all contorted, and he didn't know how to make her move without having to pick her up and probably escalating the situation. So he was like, "Come on, we're going outside. You have to come with me." But I'd already seen her and already gave her a little wave. Okay, I'll admit I do stick out my tongue at kids sometimes because it just takes them out of the moment. And it's funny. It's just so cute if you stick out your tongue being a full adult at a little kid. They don't expect that. So, I have fun with that. But she didn't want to walk. I had already seen the little girl. And then I go walking by and she looks up at me and I'm like, "Come on, let's go." And she starts walking. So I had to, looking at the guy, I was all like, "We do have to go with your grandpa, not with me." But she started moving. So yeah, I want that. It's a lot. I agree that um, being something like that for a little girl. But the thing is, it can maybe give them a bit of a seedling about that you can wear whatever you want. If you want to be a princess, you should be a freaking princess. And I want to be a princess, so I'm building up to it, I guess. This is my practice ground. So thank you for being kind and kind of affirming me. You should read The Secret History, yeah, and let me know what you think. Um, I, I mean, The Secret History is the classical, ultimate dark academia book, and it's just such a protected book, I think, because there's no one who has dared even try making it into a series or a movie. It's impossible. You're gonna get bashed. Your career will be over. No one is gonna be satisfied with anything So to feel like the maidens is just I mean, maybe it wasn't intentional, but I find it hard to believe that not only storyline and the way the murders happen, and two characters are named after two very important characters in the secret history, Julian and Henry. I'm like, I don't know. I don't trust this. I don't trust this. So I'm disappointed. I lost my copy. I don't know. I read it for the last time yesterday. I'm also reading A Gentleman in Moscow on the e-reader, and I'm really enjoying that. It's really sweet, and the tone of voice of this gentleman is really amusing. So I have kind of been gravitating towards that a little bit. I do want to know how it's going to end, but I get some of the reviews that I looked up because I was confused. I was so confused. Like, why is this so bad? Why am I so upset about this book? Why do I feel like it's just a ripoff of A Secret History? And I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Um, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know at the end of the month my full the play-by-play notes are going to be really interesting again. Could I give you an example? Probably. Let me see what I just noticed. Hi, Garfield. I'm sorry. I think I missed you just now, but I did see you. How are you doing? Um, and Riku, hello. Good morning. It's morning for you. Oh no. Oh no. That's weird, isn't it, Riku? Hello, Gabriel and Cool Cat Paul. How are you doing today? Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. And the blood moon might be affecting me straight up. You don't. I'm not saying something. I might. I don't know if I can, but I am doing things behind the scenes. I'm doing fun things behind the scenes, and I'm really looking forward to this week. This week, I'm going to do as much as I can to make my external environment amusing to me, uh, because I'm still sad. Not about the weather, because we've had lovely weather. There's been a lot of rain. Today is just a anomaly, disappointing one at that. But there's been a lot of rain, and it's been cozy. It's just that the days are still too long. I don't like it. So I'm going to surrender to spooky season. I wasn't actually going to. This was planned. Like, I wanted to honor Hannibal and give Halloween spooky season a little bit of a twist. I will continue to do so. I did plan to try and have a little bit of a, a grungy makeup look, but I don't want to see myself like that right now. I kind of was you straight up. I kind of was planning on trying to look a little bit more dead, but I'm not stable enough, so I decided to just go for the regular, but do the little flower crown and my Tinkerbell dress, to honor last year. Who knows what I'll wear next year? A sheet, because I'm gonna be a Greek goddess, right? Artemis was it, I think. I need to go look at the bow that I might have to finish the outfit. Very excited about that. Hi, Gabriel. Thank you, Riku. I love it too. I am live, Topi. Oh no. Oh my god. Are you sure? Are you sure? Did you have coffee? Hi, Storm. How are you doing today? Oh, I love that everyone loves it so much because I was a little bit nervous about it. See, it's really fake. It's not really, it's fake. And I looked into the ones I would love to have a collection of real ones. I'm not kidding. There's something unlocked in me the last time I wore it. Something has been unlocked. I am completely in love with flower crowns, and I would love to have one of those real ones, but they're so expensive. I don't have the budget for that. So that's maybe next year. Who knows? Let's see. Thank you, Storm. How have you been? It's hard when a book feels overly derivative. I felt that way about Infinite Jest and Kafka. Infinite Jest? You the Infinite Jest, Orlok? I mean, Kafka is dark. Kafka's really dark. When you read Kafka, you have to understand that where he came from and a little bit from the culture, and really kind of hold on to that because he was something different, wasn't he? One question for you: do you do charity like wigs for kids? um, I would love to. I don't know how, but where's that coming from, Paul? Can you maybe elaborate a little bit on that? I don't mind reading paragraphs. That I mean, that would be silly. Although I know what's going on TikTok, so maybe it's not. Thank you, Milk. How are you today? Murder while amusing. It's amusing. It's just a wall. It's not actual murder. It's just the outlining of a murder. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it will be. But I want it to look like a murder wall. I want it to be as suspicious as possible. So if by chance I happen to be alone when there's some maintenance to my building, you know, they won't be thinking about staying over or coming back at night. No, no, no. I've thought about this. Don't underestimate me. Exactly, Topi. I would recommend getting a glass of water and breathe deep and stay where you are. All right, we're gonna do the spooky raffle in a little bit. What do we think is gonna be pulled? I mean, there is a shelf. I should probably link that real quick, shouldn't I? Let me go find it. There is a separate shelf on the cherrypies Goodreads where I put the books for the spooky season. They're in here. I didn't empty the queue for the normal books for the normal jar, and also I have not yet started on the seasonal. Where are you going? Oh, Christmas/holiday one. Because it's been a week. Let me just leave it at that. It's been a week. I don't really want to talk about it. Just know that I've slept a lot. I cried a lot, and thought way too much. I shouldn't be thinking. What am I thinking? That's the main problem. My freaking mind. It won't shut up. I don't know how to turn it off. Spooky viewer. No, viewer spooky. Do we want to take a guess what we might be reading? Meadow Fate Princess. Yes, Storm, exactly. Oh, sorry. Jeez. What type of books do you read? All of them, Gabriel. All of them. I am very curious. And to explain that a little bit, because it's a bit vague, I kind of want to read at least one or two books, well, preferably more, from every country. The problem with that is that it's not always translated into English, which is really a shame, because there's a few books out there, poetry from the Middle East that well, actually not the Middle East, that is indoctrination that I realized a few weeks ago. What was the term? That was, I think it was West Asia. I've been trying to rewrite that word. I apologize if I say it. If you catch me saying the Middle East, please, correct me, because that's not the topic today. Today's fun and spooky, which this is as well, but it's really not. I've heard that people don't like that it's called the Middle East, and it makes no sense if you think about it a little bit better. So it's West Asia, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It is freaky, Erin, but also very comforting. I'm doing all right. I had a bit of a rough time these last 2 weeks. That long came out of a low. I think I'll be okay now. Do you maybe have like summer depression as well? I need to do something about that next year, and I will take you along on that journey as well. I'm gonna. I mean, keep me accountable, please. But I'm gonna try next year to actually listen and take action against the summer depression, because it was bad this year. I don't want it to get that bad again. It's not good for anyone, really. I'm doing a charity helping kids with the alopecia and cancer. Some people at the Joe and cut their hair to donate their hair has been 12 inches or more, and at the bleach, dyed or colored. Let's be natural health, not have any. Oh, my hair is so dead. I wish I could do that, but it's not gonna be worth anything to anyone. It's really dead, and it's not long enough. It's barely. I would if I could. I think it would be interesting to go bald at some point. Well, not bald, have it. Oh no, I don't know what it's called. Shaved, not like shiny, but like the 5 o'clock shadow on my head. I wouldn't mind if I can make a little kid happy with that. I would do it, but my hair is just not. Is there any other way I can help, Paul? And it's not that secret anymore, Riku. I'm very open about it. Might be strategical, but you'll never know. You'll never know. Hi, G. How are you doing today? But her butt. I know, but she's been doing that all day. And I'm not kidding. I woke up, her face was in my face. She was sitting on my chest. She was almost puking in my face. If I didn't wake up at that point, I would have woken up with puke in my face. So, I'm not amused. Not amused. I don't want it. But yes, that's a good idea, Erin. I'm going to look into some fairy lights, some more fairy lights, because I do have some fairy lights. But I also need like a reading light or something. I'll look into it. It's gonna be okay. Hello, Danny. Excuse me, ma'am. Isn't it? That's your It is. It is actually. But I did a good nap earlier, which is why I'm here now. So I'll be okay. Don't worry. How was your weekend, Danny? Do you know Rainer Muriel? Yes, yes. I have read bits and pieces, and I have like one of those tiny penguin books. That wasn't. I mean, it was like Letters to a Young Poet. Does that ring any bells? What is not that big of a deal? The cat? What are you talking about, G? Did I miss your message? If so, I apologize. If you find a good plan against summer depression, do let me know. I'll brainstorm too. Yeah, I'm already trying to think about it. I mean, informing my doctor, they'll probably just want to put me on meds, and I don't think that's the solution. That's just putting a band-aid on a problem, because that's not really, it's not going to fix anything, you know? It's not going to help me. It's just going to suppress something which might just come out when I quit the meds, when it's no longer necessary in autumn and winter. So I want to try and find ways to support it, because it's probably just it's going to happen anyway. Because the sun is going to be relentless no matter what I do. So yeah, let's think about it. If you don't know, SAD, seasonal affective disorder, is also something that can happen to people in summer. So if you're a summer person and the sun makes you happy, and winter makes you go like, I don't want to do anything, and it's cold and it's wet and it's dark, try to imagine what you feel like in summer. That is what I feel in winter, and vice versa. And this year was really a bad one, and I don't want to do it again. So let's work together. I'll let you know what I find, what I think of, and we'll figure it out, okay? At the very least, we'll be here and cry together. One more question for you. How long is she here? Just curious. Thank you. Franz Mill, the question. Talk to you, Sue. You're really pretty. Huh? Wait. Am I here? I don't know. On Sundays, I really don't know. If you want to know, if I'm assuming, I'm not sure if I understand your question, but if you mean how long I'll be here, I'll be live tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday as well. And that is a little bit more structured. So if you head over to the schedule here on Twitch, you will find exactly when you can find me. If not, and those times, I do change the schedule itself, and I notify on Discord and on Instagram. But that's where you can find when you can find me. The best cure for summer depression is to get fall depression. No, I am so happy about the season. You don't understand. I'm so happy. The mornings with Winston, 2 days ago, it was 9 degrees when I went out in the morning, and I had the first dragon breath of the season. I was so happy. You don't understand. I could cry from happiness, and just the clouds are back, and it's crispy, and it's just great. It's great. I love it. I feel for you if you do have fall depression, though. I would recommend going into the forest, because it's really pretty. Not the cat puke in the face. Exactly, Storm. Like, I open my eyes and she is sitting on my chest, about to, the cat thing, the noise. Oh, no. You know how people say that a cat puking is one of the best alarms there are? Trust me. This was just uncalled for one. And 2, no. Just no. Oh, the Middle East thing. Well, gee, I think I'm assuming, we're not going to go into it too far, but I'm assuming that means that you are from somewhere else. And that's okay. And you don't have to agree. But I have heard from the people over there that they don't like being referred to the Middle East, because East to what? That's the question that you should ask yourself. So you still don't have to agree. You can do whatever you want. I have no power over you. But just so you know, the people over there feel uncomfortable with the colonialism that is connected to the way that the Middle East has come to get its name. And I try to keep, be mindful of that kind of stuff, because if people call me by a name that I don't like, and I was bullied, which is not on the same level at all, but I know what it's like to be called by an offensive, hurtful, heartbreaking name. And I don't want to do that to other people. So now you know, it's a non-issue for you, but that doesn't mean it's a non-issue for the people that are involved in the issue. Okay? Does that make sense? The sun might not change, but there are ways to change your environment in order to make yourself feel better, even with the sun. Yeah, exactly. And I have to figure out a way to do that. The problem with my home, though, is that it's a new build, and it's a lot of windows. It's so many windows, which is great because I live in a beautiful environment. There's a lot of nature. In fact, it's nature. I basically live in a park, and it's the closest to getting a house in a meadow that I can get at this point in life. So I don't mind that in winter, but in summer it's torture. It's just torture. It's not that long, Paul. It's barely past my shoulders. It's not long enough. But aside from that, it's dry and it's dead. I've been trying to get it back to health a little bit, but the reason it's dry and dead is because I've been having a lot of trouble with eating for a few, well, my entire life, but especially the last 2 years or so. So it's just not, it's not healthy. You wouldn't make it, and also I'm gray. You probably don't see it right now, but I'm actually really gray. You don't want that for kids. So I am advocating for aging, but little kids. So I would try to help in a different way. Exactly, Rico. We, as long as we've got each other, we'll get there. We'll get to the next autumn and the next winter. It's gonna be fine. The sun definitely makes me happy. I like the warmth on my face. And the sunrises and sunsets are some of my favorite things to look at. I don't mind winter since I was born in it. I love sunset and sunrise, which is probably also one of the reasons why I don't do well in summer, because it's just my brain doesn't want to shut off until it's dark. And there's just too many hours between them during the day. I can't. Okay. Well, then, in that case, there are other people, out there that are speaking up about it and do care, but I'm glad it doesn't affect you. That is a relief for you. It must be, at least. I don't think the problem is the sun. I think the problem is the heat and the intensity. No, actually, it's really the brightness. It's the brightness. The brightness is killing me. The duration of the day is abysmal to me. I am so done with daylight, especially in summer. If the sun is up at 5, I mean, by 12 p.m., I'm already just exhausted from the intensity of the sun. In winter, I do a lot better. I'm also a lot more productive in winter, which is completely opposite to what people usually say. They say that they're more productive during summer because there's more daylight, but I am not normal. I guess. I don't know. I remember watching someone talk about how Middle East is a colonial term and that it needs to stop. She even gave examples of the term that are preferred, such as West Asia and North Africa. Yeah, Storm, I think we're talking about the same video, and I looked into it a little bit. And you know what? I don't have to understand a problem that someone is experiencing and which is causing them emotional upheaval, as long as it's not unreasonable, because we all know there are limits and boundaries that no human should ever cross, naturally. But this is not something that hurts me. In fact, it's been come to my attention that it does hurt other people. So, I'll adjust. It's not gonna do me anything else. But I try to help other people. It's no big deal. So I guess it is a non-issue, which means I will adjust. I'm not hurting anyone by adjusting and trying to alleviate a little bit of the pressure and pain that is going around in the world. So it's okay. Pixar, thank you for the sub. One more month. Yes, let's go. How are you doing? The rants and the questions. Oh, like I'm here for questions. I can't promise an answer, but I will always try to give an answer, Paul. So keep them coming. Hi, the way, early grey is awesome in my eyes. Opinion, yes, I agree. It took me painfully long to even start getting grey. I feel for you. I feel for you. It was interesting. It's interesting to observe the reaction of other people in your environment, especially for me, women. How shocked they were in the beginning. But these days it's changed quite a bit. I've had compliments from older women who have been dyeing their hair. Um, uh, Coming up to me to say that I was brave, which I mean, if you unpack it, I completely agree, and I felt like it was a beautiful compliment, but at the same time, it's something I wish we could eradicate in the not so distant future. That becoming gray, aging, is not a sin. It's beautiful if you allow it to happen. If you embrace it, I just, live with it, and not let other people shame you into dyeing it, because that's horrible, being shamed into dyeing your hair. I was before I accepted it, because my then boyfriend just completely freaked out. He was freaked out. So I dyed it for him, and after that I decided, you know what, I don't like this. I hate it looks like you're balding if you're turning gray and you dye it a different color. No, I don't want to go blonde. It looks like you're balding, so I would rather be gray and not dye it and waste money on these chemicals that are not making me happy. Just so other people don't have to look at my face and, I guess, be confronted with their own morality. I don't know what is people's problems. It's just my hair. It doesn't matter. I love it. I just wish it was a little bit more healthy, which it isn't. We already use Southeast Asia, so I feel like Southwest Asia isn't a huge stretch. No, I agree, Toby. And again, if it's not, it's for me just a term to signify the corner of the world that I'm talking about. Nothing else. For me, it's just a term. I don't, because it just doesn't affect me in that way. But I do know that when people call me a different name, it hurts. Not to that degree, probably, because I don't have a history of colonialism that I have to carry on my shoulders. But if it's just a small change, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is a non-issue. I think I have to agree. And if that is the history behind that word, and people are politely asking and educating us on why it's hurtful. It's hurtful for those who do care, who do feel the weight of history pressing them down, and know that they've been held back in a lot of ways because of it. So if I can do that small thing, then I'll do it. It's fine. But you don't have to. If you don't want to, if you feel like it's a non-issue in a different way, then you do you, boo. But try not to hurt people intentionally. You know what I mean? There's no reason to. There's no point. I'm all for decolonization and using preferred terms of the people that suffer from it. Yeah, I mean, why not? It makes no sense. It makes no sense to go against that, in my eyes at least. It's funny how scared we are nowadays to get outside of the norm. I mean, we've always been scared to be outside of the norm. It's why fashion has always been such a distinct thing, which we're losing, by the way, because of fast fashion. It's really becoming less and less obvious what year someone is from, even compared to what a millennial would wear as a teenager now. It's going so fast. But we can change that. I'm trying to, by preparing myself mentally to start going outside with a flower crown. And dazzle little girls and inspire them, hopefully, to do the exact same thing, as long as you're not hurting anyone. And honestly, if a flower crown is hurting you, I'll hear you out. And it might be a genuine fear. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but also I want to start wearing flower crowns. I didn't carry anything on my shoulders. I'm grateful for the benefits I've had from ancestral atrocities, but it had nothing to do with it. Additionally, while I benefit, I also suffer from parts as well. Granted, to a lesser degree, the only thing I'll own are my actions. Don't carry phone? That, I'm not sure about that last one, but yeah, we have to do what we need to do to cope with reality as it is, right? I won't judge you. For most things, at least, again, there is boundaries that every human can agree on. And I'm not talking about politics with that, by the way, because even though that seems to be quite obvious to me as well, there's a lot of division, and I want this to be a safe space. And I am against genocide and all that horrible stuff. It's one of the reasons I've been really upset this week, to be completely fair. The powerlessness, and I've been struggling with accepting that I can't do anything and how that works in my brain. But I want you to know that the reason I don't spell it out very often is there is a chance that there are people from Israel that might stumble upon the stream. And I want it to be very clear that if you realize that something is wrong, that maybe you have been misled by media, echo chambers, that your social media becomes really quickly, like it's scary how quickly your feed becomes an echo chamber of just the same message over and over. It's terrifying. Coming from someone who wasn't on social media for over 10 years and just having gotten back into it over the last year, it's terrifying for me to see how quickly it adapts to what it thinks I want to see. So if there's people from parts of the world that are currently maybe not, on everyone's BFF list, I would ask you to listen to those who are trying to come around and are trying to see the truth. Doesn't mean everything has to be forgiven and forgotten, but we're only going to actually change anything if we give people a chance to make things right. If we give people the opportunity to show that they were wrong and they want to do better. And I'm going to keep it at that. All right? But we have to do what we can do, and we can't do everything. We can't be perfect. There's too much wrong with the world. So take responsibility of whatever you can, and try to make other people smile. Let's just do that. Let's not put the bar too high. Okay, it's already hard to stay alive. The flower crown would definitely hurt me if it were roses with thorns. I'm not doing that. Straight up, don't do that. Don't be that masochistic. Don't. I mean, it would be pretty and a little bit more in keeping with Hannibal than Hannibal the plow grounds were back in the day. But don't do that. Oh, Riku. Oh no, Riku says showing off beauty is not a crime yet. Maybe not literally, but the life of a woman is complicated. Fun Palestinian fact: they're all human beings. Yes, and so are the people in Israel. So, which I'm not talking them. I'm not defending actions here. Just to be clear, I'm just saying those are people too, and they are just as susceptible to brainwashing, indoctrination, and all the downfalls of ego. And if we want to spread love, we do have to keep in mind that while there are a lot of people out there who do not deserve a second chance because they've made their own colors very clear, there are those who stumble into situations because they just don't know better. Think of the frog that is being boiled. It doesn't know it's in a pickle until it's dead. It's too late. So that's the image that I've been keeping in my mind. We're all human, and we really do have to try and not hate, even if we have anger, if that makes any sense. Hello, Anita. yes, I have not uh, officially published a book. I did publish some things in my time, but you will not find it. I promise you. It's from when I was a teenager. It's too far back. I'm pretty sure that will never be found. But I was a freelance writer for a while, and now I'm just mostly a reader. And working on a book in the background that actually might get published somewhere in the future. Who knows? What about you, Anita? Do you write? Do you read? We all live in our own bubbles. We all barely know anything. Understanding that most people just do their best with the information they have is important. Yeah, and keep having an open and learning mindset. Also, yep, we have to keep talking. I think that's a big problem. Well, in a lot of situations, there's communication and misunderstandings between certain terms and words, especially if there's language barriers. The same word, even spoken in the same language, can have a completely different reactions because as much as I wish that it didn't matter, culture does matter, tone of voice does matter. The way I speak is not the same way that people in Japan speak. The cadence is different, the symbolism is different, you know. So we should, yeah. It never made sense to me how there's a lot of people out there, not everyone, but too many in my experience, that don't understand that just because they don't think, see, or feel things the same way, then it must be wrong. When all you have to understand is that it matters to someone else, and care about that. You don't have to understand anything except that it matters for someone. I don't know where I got that. What if they're paper flowers? Don't go outside in the rain. I don't think they'll like it. There are really beautiful, like, actual dried flower ones that they're so expensive, and they should be because that's a lot of work and effort. So, but until then, I'll just do with these. It's fine. They look okay. I wouldn't even set the threshold that indoctrination everyone is a product of their environment. Regardless of the nature, I've always been torn with determining just how much anyone can be held responsible for their actions. Yeah, same. And especially these days, I'm really struggling with it and reconciling my feelings of injustice with remembering that we're all human. I mean, you don't know. You don't know. I certainly feel like I'm in control of what I choose, but when you think about it deeply, it gets very muddled. Yeah, especially when you realize how I did marketing. I studied marketing a little bit. I didn't finish it because I broke. I couldn't deal. I couldn't deal with the learning about, is this really truly how we're doing things? Are you kidding me? So I had to go. But I know a little bit more than I probably should have. And yeah, make sure that, hold on, I lost chat. I did something wrong. Make sure that you know what you consume. Just be aware. Be aware and think for yourself. You can do it. It's going to be okay. Navru Grewal, hello. Thank you so much for the bits and the follow. Welcome. How are you doing? You are. I hope you're having a good day so far. You think you're who? I mean, sometimes Riku, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we're not. If we're feeling so different from others. Sometimes maybe we're just lost aliens or something. Did anyone see the video of that woman? I think it was a woman. I don't see any image. I just hear a voice, and I'm not entirely sure. Doesn't matter. The person was like, if there's an alien invasion, I am going to sign the hell out of them because I need to go. Come pick me up. I'm here. Help. It was me. It was me. Like the Romans, we believing other cultures were barbarians. We have not changed much. No, we haven't. It's okay though. It's okay. I mean, it's not, but we have to. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine, right? I feel like that's Mother Earth right now. In anthropology, they have the term ethnocentrism, to apply one's own culture or ethnicity as a frame of reference to judge other cultures, practices, behaviors, beliefs, and people, instead of using the standards of the particular culture involved. That is interesting. I did not know this. I mean, naturally, there's a term. I'm going to open a tab. I want to read a little bit more. Who came up with that? Oh no. I thought I had new contacts, but I didn't. And I don't think I'll have time to get them in the morning either. I don't. Oh no, because it's Monday, and on Monday the stores don't open until the afternoon. The stream starts at 10. Oh well, I'll be in pain tomorrow as well, but it's fine. Everything is fine. I'm fine. Polish sociologist Ludwig Gamplowicz. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce these letters because I know there's difference in pronunciation of certain letters, but that is the person who came up with it in the 19th century. Oh, huh? Oh, although may have merely popularized it, even though he has been credited to have coined the term in the 19th century. That is very interesting. Thank you so much. Hello, E. Johnson. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Spring Onion Bogwitch. I love that so much. Please, please don't ever change. I am dealing. What about you? I'm okay. We're going to do the raffle for a little bit. We have a book club, the Cherrypies book club, and this year is the first time that I have decided to collect spooky specific submissions from you guys. I'm not gonna make the notes anymore today, so this is just what it's gonna be. There's not too many, but there's enough. How many is in there? Are in there? 10. We're gonna try two. We're gonna pull two out of these. So in here I have submissions from you, the viewer, and for October, this looks really sad. I have a few submissions. I had to reject 2 or 3. Or is that? Yeah, and I'm a bit upset about that because one was a series of which 2 were submitted by Scraticus, the Alchemist's Cat, and the Oaken Throne, out of print. So you can get your hands on a secondhand copy, but they were expensive, and that's not really how I want to do it. I want to make sure that the books are available to everyone, or at least as many people as possible. If it's out of print, it's not really fair. And the other one was Black Shuck, the Devil's Dog, submitted by Garfield, and that was also out of print. I have put them in my own TBR, not in like any of the submission box tins. So I will at some point read them myself, but they're not going to be counting for the raffle. Ethnocentrism comes from anthropology. Seems so, yeah. I might miss the rest of the stream as I'm about to have dinner, but it was nice to see you. Well, go have your food, Storm. I'll be back tomorrow. And I hope you're enjoying your dinner. I am going to eat more lasagna after stream, so I just had a little bite. Well, according to packaging on some items, I eat like a... I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know who comes up with the portions, but they make me feel like a savage. You just finished unpacking your groceries. Well, good job. You're a busy bee, Dominique. How are the kitties? How are you? You just noticed all the books. I know they're a bit inconspicuous. Oh, it's okay. I dabble in reading pretty much every day. Yeah. Do you read, Johnson? Reading Garfield comics let me to try lasagna as a kid. The cats are doing good. Okay, good. Good to hear. Lasagna is the best. I mean, I love Italian food, just in general. Okay, before we're going... Yeah, I just dabble. I dabble in reading here and there. A little bit here in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, a lot in the evening. The evening is my favorite time to read, but I just dabble a little bit, you know. No, I'm kidding. Books are my life, and I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't for books. I don't think I would exist any longer, to be fair. You're reading Lord of the Rings right now? How are you liking it? I first tried to read it in Dutch when I was still very young and couldn't read English yet. It was a complete disappointment. Absolute horrible translation. I didn't like it at all. And finally, a few years ago, I picked up the English actual version of Lord of the Rings, and I loved it. It's amazing. I love those books. Finally, I like the Mazda RX. And oh, what did you have to do, Dominique? You've been doing great, haven't you? With these things, I'm not going to uh, uh, extrapolate from there. I don't know. I hope you're doing good though. Um, okay. Hi, Chungus. I haven't read The Hobbit yet. That's bad, isn't it? I kind of look like a hobbit, actually. That's it. Hobbit core. From now on, I'm going to invest as much as possible in the Hobbit core. Hobbit, Princess, Forest, Fairy core. I don't know. It's just doing something to me. I'm happy. It makes me happy. You haven't read the. I haven't, Chungus. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me today. No, that's not. Don't. Be nice. I'm gonna cry. I'm very sensitive today, and that's not a joke. That's why I'm later today. I don't really mind that much. I got a lot of sleep. If I didn't, I wouldn't. I would normally. I kind of start crashing around this time of day, but I'm okay. The lasagna did me much good. Which reminds me, I have to say it. So you, in the last 2 weeks, it's been 2 weeks since I ordered pizza. About 2 weeks. I have had at least 6 offers, both digital through the app and the physical mail, telling me, "Hey, here's a free pizza. We haven't heard from you in a while." What do you mean? What do you mean? There's a stack of boxes from the last months because I missed the pickup day for paper because I wasn't in an Endo episode. I wasn't on Earth. So there's so much paper for just pizza boxes, but they've been stalking me. I really believe that I'm single-handedly keeping them afloat. I have been eating so much pizza that I know pretty much every delivery guy. Well, boys, they're like 13. What the hell is happening? They're riding bikes. They're not even allowed to ride a scooter. What is this? Child labor. Anyway, yeah, they're stalking me now. I don't know. Oh, that sounds delicious, Juggles. Stroganoff with rice cooked in veggie stock. Oh, stop. I'm gonna salivate. So yeah, good to know that the local pizzeria is very concerned with my health and needs me to eat more pizza. I have kept them all. I have like codes and flyers. I have a panic pizza. How do they know? How do they know that I need panic pizzas? I do, but also, why are you calling me out like that? Don't do that. There's no need. Thank you, straight up. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you for adding that to the book club. All right, hold on. I saw Askin, I think. Didn't I? Didn't I? Yes, I did. Hello, how are you doing today? Like a real life Charling? Yay. I had such a bad week. I'm so happy to be back. I missed you guys. I'm happy that you like me. I was a bit nervous, I have to say. I was putting it on. I turned on stream and I was dying to, because in real life it looks so fake. And I'm sure if you see it from a distance, it doesn't look fake at all and it's fine. But it was a bit I was a bit worried about it. But I'm glad that you are responding positively. And yeah, if you find it in you that you might want to try and see what happens if you put on a flower crown, there is no gender for flowers, all right? Men and women love flowers equally, whether they want to admit it or not. Unless you're, um, sensitive or have allergies, I get it. But we can all agree that flowers are just pretty, you know? And I'm going to see it again if I can find more. I'll be doing a marble cake. A marble cake I've never tried. Can you keep track of it and show me how you do it? Thank you for the follow, Johnson. Oh, welcome in. I made a 2-layer spice cake for my mother's birthday last Thursday, and now it's all gone. I mean, that's not bad. If I want to make a cake, every once in a while I do feel like cake, but it's like expensive to buy, so I'll just, and I can make myself but I have to plan it. I have to make sure that I go somewhere so I can dispose of what is left the following day. I will eat myself sick on chocolate cake, especially just. Oh, I'm salivating. This is bad. This is really bad. Exactly, Jonathan. There is no gender for pretty things. Pretty things are just pretty things. You don't have to agree. But if someone else thinks it's pretty, don't put them down. It might be the only thing they have. Maybe this is the only thing that's keeping me, sitting here and just breathing, because I need just a little bit of fun, just to accept that summer isn't quite over yet. It was so hot today. It's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. Stop it. It's autumn. I don't agree. But yeah, I'm just going to skip through autumn. I'm going to embrace spooky season. And there is no gender for scary things either. You're absolutely right, straight up. So let's go. Again, we have a book club. I pull 2 submissions from this little tin. This month we are pulling the book for October, for spooky season, even though it's pre-spooky season for me, and I'm just going to go for it. In October, we're going to be reading 1 or 2 of these books. I invite you to join me. I'm going to read both, regardless of what it is or whether I like it, because I want to be able to talk to you. You can choose one or both, or maybe you feel like, you know what, I want to participate, but nothing resonates. You can pick up your own book. The point is more that you get motivated to read. You can read whatever you want. You have to do what makes you feel good. As long as you're not hurting anyone, including yourself, doesn't matter. So let's get to it. I do like flowers, I prefer them in pots and plants is over cut flowers. Yeah, I agree. But also, getting yourself flowers is really nice. I can't keep a pot of flowers alive either. So that's why I have 1 bouquet of cut flowers every week, because it makes me happy. Who is salivating? I'm salivating right there with you. And let's see. It's really sad. Let's do better next year, okay, people? This is not, you can't even see because it's like shiny and stuff. There's 10 submissions in here. I didn't put any of my own in here. I did because no one was giving me Christmas books or winter vibe books for the holidays in December. The 80% of the submissions in there, or if it's not 90, is mine. So I didn't put any of mine in here. That's why it's not more. I would have loved to, but also it's going to be very awkward if we're reading 4 books that I chose for 2 months of the year. Don't want to do that. So do better next year, people. I am not disappointed, but all right, let's go. The plants we see are all fake. No, I just can't keep flowers alive. If it's green, if it's like this, I'm fine. But if these are dried, and they were, a bouquet that I bought for in the home. I have just green. I can't keep flowers alive. I also can't keep cacti alive. How do I do? I don't want to talk about it. Okay, it is the first book that we're going to read in October is Under the Skin. I don't think you can read my tiny little post-it. It was submitted by Swashbuckler Jet and written by Michael Faber. Let's go over to Goodreads and see what it is about. I'm sorry. Just do better. I'm not disappointed. I'm not saying I'm disappointed. No, it's okay. It's just that I would love to have more options. You know that the whole book club started for selfish reasons. Because I wanted more titles, So this. You know that this is all for me. I know I say that it's to motivate you to read, but honestly, it's just so I can grow my own personal TBR. It is. I've heard that, or it was I was told in a submission, Sophie, that it was also a movie. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard about this. I did read. Oh, what did I do? I pinned something. Oh, I mean, that's kind of funny, I guess. No, I didn't, Erin. I was getting a message that something went wrong, and I clicked away the something went wrong message, and suddenly that was pinned. So, I mean, embrace it. Embrace the chaos. We have no control over anything. all right? Except our responses, which is also just a fight, isn't it? Under the skin, let's go. Michael Faber. I wonder if he's... No, I'm not going to say that because I hate when people do that with my government name. I wonder if they're related. No, don't do it. I am going to try. I'm not putting it into stone, but I do want to try to read for myself The Eyes Are the Best Part in October. Just because I am absolutely freaking out just by the title. Like, no, it's actually not having a good... and that's why I want to read it, because that's proper spooky. It's okay, Aaron. It wasn't supposed to be there anyway. They're not fake. They're not fake. I promise. I did kill one out of screen. You never knew, but it was just slowly dying, just out of screen. Luckily, it's now gone. It's just gone. Hello, Cold Shadow Edge. Is it okay if I call you Shadow? How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Has to compete in a racing event to win some blueprints to the Mazda RX. I have to get the last blueprint from the game store. The last? Is there an end to this game? I didn't think there was. It's okay. It's too late now. Yeah, as with so many things. If you did with my name, then the answer would most likely be yes, because there are so few people in the world with my surname. I envy you. I hate having to introduce myself because people make the same mistake. Always. There has been one deviation, and I nearly fainted. My Mac is dying. Hold on. I'm really amused by the fact that I have no clue where my copy of The Maidens is. I was kind of assuming it was here. It's not. So, I don't know. It ran away. That's so stupid. Because I'm always aware of where my books are. Like, when I'm reading something, I'm aware of where they are. It's just God. Oh, well. Okay. No, I need a little bit of sugar. You're related to Orlando Bloom? That's wild. That's amazing. Congrats. That Porthos was a lot shorter when it first came in here. Yes. See? Proof. It was. It's in a bit of a awkward phase at the moment. Oh no. I think I have to give her Spanx now, because in the beginning I was still a bit upset about the whole puking situation, but I think I'll be able to deal. Do you want Spanx? You can come here. It has no end. Oh no. That must be so addicting, Dominique. Can you see her? She has a flower too! I gave her the pink one. I have 3. I have a little beige one. This one. Which it's really loose. I don't want her to be restricted in any way. It's basically just hanging on there. Look, she's a little... Let me give her some Spanx. Hold on. I need to see chat a little bit better. Maybe Toulouse is reading it? Oh, I mean, she would probably be so amused. She wouldn't mind it at all. Because she's, well, I don't know. She's a bit of a drama queen every once in a while. All right. Oh, I'm so tired. You don't understand, dude. It's the end of the day. I know I was asleep, and you know this too, but I'm very tired. Okay, let's see. Under the skin. Iserly picks up hitchhikers with big muscles. Listen, I didn't make that up, all right? Let me just make clear again. I'm going to read the Goodreads description of Under the Skin by Michael Faber. And it starts like this. Iserly picks up hitchhikers with big muscles. She herself is tiny, like a kid peering up over the steering wheel. She has a remarkable face and wears the thickest corrective lenses anyone has ever seen. Hello? What is this? This is me, okay? I don't have a driver's license, but what are you doing here? Her posture is suggestive of a oh no, it ends there, some spinal problem. Unless you're trying to say that I have a stick up my ass, which could be, but no. Her breasts are perfect, also not. Okay, no, it's not about me. Don't worry, stop panicking. I was panicking for a second, but it's not about me. Perhaps implants. I definitely don't have those. She is strangely erotic, yet somehow grotesque, vulnerable yet threatening. Her hitchhikers are a mixed bunch of men, trailer trash and traveling postgrads, thugs and philosophers. But Iserly is only interested in whether they have families and whether they have muscles. What is this? Then it's only a question of how long she can endure her pain, physical and spiritual, in their conversations. Michael Faber's work has been described as a combination of Roald Dahl and Franz Kafka. I read that. I read that. I was like, wow, okay, that is a combination of books or authors. As Somerset Maugham shacking up with Ian McEwan. Ian McEwan. I have difficulty with his name. I'm sorry. At once humane and horrifying, Under the Skin takes us on a heart-thumping ride through dangerous territory, our own moral instincts, and the boundaries of compassion. Well then, it starts out like, okay, what do we think? What do we feel? That's the first option. This is already diverging from the... Really? Is it, Toby? What is different? Well, we shouldn't spoiler, right? Because it's really early. I'm curious. I want to know, but I don't know. I don't want you to accidentally spoiler. You know what I mean? Never mind. I might try to watch the movie as well, since there is a movie about the book, and it would be interesting to talk about the differences in October. Hello, Deckard and Shadow Paladin. How are you doing? Thank you for the follows. What the fuck is this book for? I don't know. I picked a round of loaf of bread using some homemade kefir as the liquid. Ooh, very tasty. I still haven't tried, Blue. I haven't tried. Listen, we're almost there. My season is almost here. I am preparing for lots of funny things and happiness. Oh God, when the days are no longer excruciatingly, never mind. When the sun leaves and Persephone meets up with Hades, I'll be happy. Nice crust with a very soft crumb, but baked it in one of the cast iron Dutch ovens that I restored. That's so amazing that you restore them yourself. I wish I could do that. There's so many cast iron cooking stuff that we come across at the store that is really far gone. But I know it's possible to restore it. It's just that I don't have the means to pick that all up. Perhaps the stick up my ass has me laughing so hard my neck hurts now. I'm sorry, Jung. Hi, Wisdom. How are you doing? We just picked our first book club book for October. It's Under the Skin by Michael Faber, which is also a movie, which I haven't seen, but you might have. What do we think? Are we going to try and read it? I have to be careful. Thank you, Wisdom. You look like one of the Bay Princesses from the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure movie. I also have not watched that. It's very interesting. The associations that you guys have with the flower crown is truly fascinating me. I'm already thinking about my lasagna though, so I'm sorry. I keep salivating, but I can't stop thinking about it now. Minor change, but in the movie, the main character is played by Scarlett Johansson, so they're not portrayed as nerdy, which isn't a spoiler, I feel. No, that's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I haven't seen anything of it. Maybe she's great. Maybe she acts amazing in it. But stuff like that usually disappoints me a little bit. I feel like that's kind of an important part of this character, but I don't know yet. We'll find out next month. It sounds like a good choice to you. Okay, are you joining Wisdom? Sounds like something I would read just to know what the hell is going on. Yeah, same, because it's a bit of a wild description, don't you think? Okay, I'm gonna already make sure that they're set. let's see for the second one. Where is the... Oh, here. Hello, Drive Movie. You drive? Oh, I hope you enjoy it. How are you doing? Welcome in. We are going to pull the second book for October. We have a book club. These are submissions that have been put in by you guys, and I am now going to choose one of them to see what we're going to read. Ooh, do I want two yellow ones? That's. Don't be a baby. Doesn't matter. Second book. Let's go. Give me a drum roll, please. Toulouse. Toulouse is the drum roll. Oh no. It's Into the Pit by Scott Cawthon, and it was submitted by Robot Boy. I don't think you can read it. I should do something about the tininess of these post-its, but then again, I love them, so I'll probably won't. That's the second one. What was the author? Into the Pit. Cawthon. Scarlett Johansson is played by Nicolas Cage. I'm dying. I love him so much. He is such a character. I should really get onto my bucket list item that has to do with Nicolas Cage. Her stunt double is also Nicolas Cage. In fact, everybody in the film is Nicolas Cage, and it's based on a book written by... Listen, wisdom. If you can give me something that is actually this, do not gatekeep that. Because if there's something that is, you know, interesting about the world, it's Nicolas Cage. Oh, it's the Five Nights at Freddy's book! That is actually really exciting! I never watched the full game. I know about the author, and I know that the way it was written is really not... I think I watched a deep dive or something about this guy. And it wasn't really positive. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. But I'm very happy about this one because it's intriguing. Do I need to explain to anyone what the book is about? I'm assuming that everyone knows what Five Nights at Freddy's is about. It's there's three novella-length tales in there that will keep even the bravest player up at night. That one has been on my list since Remember the Titans. Nicolas Cage. Oh, for me, it's City of Angels, which was when I still thought that he was serious. But for some reason, throughout the years, I've come to understand that there's just something so off about that guy that it becomes on again. That's the only way I can explain. I don't know how to explain it. I love him. He's great. Raising Arizona. Ghost Rider, I think that was with Gosling. Also, amazing man. A bit weird, but that's what I love. I don't think I've seen Remember the Titans. All right, I'll read Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. It was co-written by Ellie Cooper. Five Nights at Freddy's fans won't want to miss this pulse-pounding collection of three novella-length tales that will keep even the bravest player up at night. What do you wish for most? It's a question that Oswald, Sarah, and Millie think they know the answer to. Oswald wishes his summer wasn't so boring. Sarah wishes to be beautiful, and Millie wishes she could just disappear from the face of the earth. But in the twisted world of Five Nights at Freddy's, their heart's deepest desires have an unexpected cost in this volume. Oh, unexpected cost, period. There is not a space between the T of cost, the period, and the I of in of the next sentence. That is rude. Do not. So, cost, period, in. In this volume, Five Nights at Freddy's creator Scott Cawthon spins three sinister novella-length stories from different corners of a series canon, featuring cover art from fan favorite artist Lady Fizzy. Readers. That's it. This collection of terrifying tales is enough to unsettle even the most hardened Five. You know what? This really makes sense. The way this is written and the mistakes in the Goodreads, a little bit about the book, it makes sense that there's these mistakes in it, because I've heard that the author, the original guy, the Scott guy, really had no idea where he was going. He basically did a NaNoWriMo, a blind NaNoWriMo I feel like, which basically means with NaNoWriMo, you were usually blind or OCD, meaning either you would start the National Novel Writing Month not having any clue about what you were going to write about, and you would stay up until midnight of the 1st of November and just go and just see what happens and let your characters do whatever it is that is working and you know or you were the person that had the line out ready and knew the ending, knew exactly how they were going to make it interesting, and they would follow that almost religiously. I was one of the people that used Nano to let go of the structure and the OCD like way I tend to treat stories and writing. So I usually went in blind, but he took it to a next level. He apparently retconned a lot of things of his own stuff just because fans were starting to react negatively in his experience. So I don't know. I don't know if it's true because I didn't actually invest anything in it. I think I had the deep dive in the background because I like that creator, not because I was interested in the topic itself. But I'm excited. Um, I'm gonna make sure that they will arrive in a timely manner. They're both fully in print. Let me see. Five Nights at Freddy's is only, I feel, only 193 pages, and the other one was, let me see. Jeff Goldblum is Nicolas Cage. That is a theory. So she likes the type of men where there is, I quote, something so off about them that it's not like you're not wrong. You're not wrong, straight up. Yeah. I like weird. I like different. And I think that sometimes something is so wrong it becomes right again, right? Like, you know how there's these songs from like the 80s and 90s, these ballads. Think of George Michael, right? That there was a period in your life that you probably thought this is so cringe. I will not sit here and listen to this music. I will go. I cannot deal. But now it's so bad, it becomes just deliciously good. And you can't help but screaming at the top of your lungs to these songs because you know what? Actually, freaky isn't freaky at all. It's kind of nice. Milbrand, hi. Did I have a light bulb moment about you, or did I hallucinate it? It could be because I'm hanging by my fingernails, which I clip really closely on the end of summer because I'm not okay. What did I see? That you don't mind me calling you Millie because I would probably prefer that. It's easier. I would just descend back into wait. Don't pin weird things again. What are you saying? Are you talking about get in my swamp? Don't do that. We don't. That's not necessary. I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm excited about the books. I'm happy that I'm not being bullied for my flower crown. I was really scared. You don't understand, you guys. Oh no. Wait, did I say thank you for the follow, Drive? I don't think I did. Thank you for the follow. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you for being here. Why are you going to descend in your swamp? That's suspicious. If you know what Ox submitted in the cherrypies book club, the normal cherrypies book club. Schlager music. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure I do. There's if you want, you can be amused by anything. You just have to surrender to silliness and weirdness and appreciate that this world is wild. It's really wild. And while humans can make a horrible mess of it, there's still beauty everywhere and there's fun everywhere. Normal is overrated. Freaky is underrated. But that's just me. Most people call me Mill or Millie, see? I didn't hallucinate it. I didn't know. I was so unsure. I'm like, why am I thinking about this? What is in my brain? Why am I? Please not brand. That reminds me of Rembrandt, the painter. So I don't know what your association is with that, but I won't. I'll say Millie, is because apparently you like that too. So I'm gonna go for it. Okay. Freaky is underrated. Yeah, Drave. It sure is. Freaky is funny. Not in a weird way. Don't make it weird. Don't go there. You know what I mean. Spooky, freaky. Not all the. Don't go there. Don't do it. Hi, Goat. How are you doing? Hi, Devil. It's hard to stay optimistic sometimes, though, when others want to put you down or make fun of you. Yeah, and I mean, it took me 30 years, but I finally am getting better at leaning into it. And I think it started with accepting that started turning gray in my 20s, and a lot of people made fun of me for that reason when it was really just it gave me so much stress to have to keep up with the dye, because you start getting the growth like in a few days if you're turning gray. So I think that was the beginning for me to accept, you know what, people are going to talk about you. And if they really don't have anything to talk about over their evening dinner with their families, I might as well give them something amusing, you know? And I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better and better at it. The next evolution is walking around with flower crowns in the middle of winter, because it's going to be winter real soon. And thank you so much for the compliment. I really, please, please, if you like it the way it looks on me, I promise you it will look really cute on you as well. Go find yourself a flower crown. This is just a fake plastic one. Doesn't matter. It's a good way to get initiated into wearing flower crowns. If you want to invest in one of the real dried flowers from a small business owner on Etsy, I would really try to do that. But try it. If you like it on me, it's gonna be good on you as well. I'm pretty sure. I just don't like the sound of it. Okay, well, I won't. I won't, Millie. You go enjoy your lurk. There's a Shrek novelization. I mean, I've always known there was, because there has to be, but it's the first time I've thought about it. Topi, you're asking a question I'm not sure you want to know the answer to, because it's the wrong kind of freaky. The book that I mean when I talk about Get in My Swamp. Was it written by William Shakespeare? My theory is that everything was written by Shakespeare. Fight me. You're not doing good. Your headache and feeling tired. Why are you looking at the screen? Why are you looking at the screen? Why don't you go lie down? Give yourself a break. And maybe drink some water. Let's drink some water and maybe go have a rest. Is that maybe a good idea? You've done good, all right? You've done your best, but if you're not feeling good, maybe it's better to go to bed. Yes, we all do. We all need a flower crown. Or what, wait, what was it? Spring onion crown. Something green and natural, even if it's fake and plastic. Like give yourself something silly to put in your hair. And I promise you, it's really, I don't know, it makes me, it does something to me. I get it now. I remember when I got Winston, my orange baby boy, his collar. But I needed a bell for him because he was too sneaky with my older cat, and she needed to be alarmed by his approach. So that was my reason for giving Winston a collar. But I got one with a bow tie, a blue one. He's orange, and I swear, the moment I put on that collar, he changed, and I feel the same way with our crown. Do it, and let me know if you do, or when you do. When you do, I want to know all about it. Maybe it's a good way to initiate yourself into pictures, because starting October, I'm going to talk a lot more about the photo competition that Aaron, I'm pretty sure Aaron came up with it, to dress up for the Halloween stream, because in case that wasn't clear, I do have a separate Halloween stream planned on Halloween itself. I'll be dressing up a little bit. I would love it if you did too. And in order to motivate you to, I'm trying. Well, I should put in a little bit more effort because I've been struggling. Okay, I'm trying. But I want to organize a competition and motivate you to dress up as well, even if you don't go anywhere. I didn't leave my house. Like, actually, I didn't even check my mailbox today. I didn't leave my house. I slept and then dressed up just for you guys. This is what I mean. And after stream, I'm going to go straight into the bathroom and take it all off again, except the flower crown. That one is staying on. So, on Halloween, we'll have in the evening as well, actually. A little bit later, even. I think it's 7 p.m. Is it wintertime already by then? I'm not sure. When is wintertime? When is wintertime? It's different everywhere. Oh no, never mind. On Halloween evening, we'll have a little stream as well. Just a chatting, not nothing special, except we'll just hang out and be pretty, okay? Stuff the traffic go with cabbages? Behold, our cornucopia of Audubon delights. Listen to it. Do it, film it. I want proof. Alright? It was don't tease me. That's mean. For the adequately babysitting my phone text. Wait, what is happening? Wait, what is happening? You're okay. I don't think you offended anyone. Not on purpose, I hope. I think. Even if I smells like onions? You mean smell? I love that smell. Onion smell is good. There's really only a few smells that I can't handle. But onions just makes me think of garlic. And that makes me think of pasta. No, Toby, oh God, think about you can't unsee things. You can't unknow things. You can try, but the worst thing about having a brain is that it will only delete traumatic events if you don't try to delete traumatic events. If you try to delete the traumatic event, it will just burn itself into your retinas. So think about this. Do you want to get into Shrek's swamp? Really, really think about it, please. I take off my hands because I'm not responsible for the consequences. I do want to read it. It's together with Erin. Because it's really funny to read certain things together with a buddy read, so to say. We did that with a book that I found on Goodreads on a list about the best fantasy books of last year or something, and there was something called, oh no, what was the first one? It was Morning Glory Milking Farm. Don't go into it. You know what that means. And it was about a minotaur and a human. But it was interesting. It was really surprising. It wasn't even that spicy. It was a lot less spicy than I was kind of preparing for mentally. But yeah, it's kind of, it's entertaining. I don't think the freaky part is really tickling me, but it is entertaining. Oh no, I should probably refresh a chat because it's jumping around. Garlic and pasta. I mean, not in my normal bolognese, but I have a recipe that is basically just oil and garlic. Aglio olio, isn't that a dish? That's a dish, right? I butchered that. Don't at me. I was responding to your theory that everything was written by Shakespeare, and my text had an error, corrected my interesting theory. Oh, I thought were theories that Shakespeare didn't author all of his own works. There's a theory, actually, the way that Shakespeare was a group of people, I've heard. There's so many theories. It's interesting. You have to keep ourselves busy, right? The Francis Bacon theory. Who is Francis Bacon? I kind of want to know who the first person to call themselves Bacon was. Morning Glory Milk Farm was amazing. Yeah, it was. It was well thought out. The person really considered the world building and the implications of all these creatures that were living with humans. And it wasn't just minotaurs. It was all kinds of, fantasy ogres, I think. vampires, and it was really well thought out. I was so impressed. I went in for a giggle, and I did have a giggle, quite a few giggles, and it was a bit, for me, uncomfortable because I wasn't, I'm not interested in the spice. I'm really, truly interested in the writing of it all, and the spice usually makes me uncomfortable. I'll live with it. I'll read it. It's fine. But it was surprisingly good. Francis Bacon. Oh, there's several. I'm not sure I have the right one. This is the old one. Yeah, no, it's not that bad, straight up. But if you want to blame someone for the degeneracy that has been unfolding this year, I would ask you to approach Ox. Okay, it's his fault. He started with get in my swamp. Bacon pancakes, never had them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can have them all. That's probably for the best. It sounds so horrible. It was such a weird topic, but it was so good. Yeah, exactly. And the reason I wanted to read it was like, why is Goodreads putting this on this list? It makes no sense. Yes, spicy books are super popular, and it's kind of wilding out there at the moment. But also, Minotaur, what are you doing in this list? That's what it started. Now, I'm just amused, and I'm no longer afraid. But someone in the corner. Who are you putting in the corner? Ox isn't here. I'll leave it in there. Next time he comes in, I'll threaten with the fact that he has a I put in the corner waiting for him if he doesn't behave. Oh no, that's just a challenge for him. Oh no. Let's hope he isn't listening in right now, because then we're in trouble. All right, so what we're gonna read for October. I will remember. Can't wait. All right, we're going to read for October. All right, the books that we're reading this month is what? I'm gonna crash. Do you feel my energy rising? That means I'm about to crash. I'm like a toddler, I swear. September is the month. This is what we're reading. This month I am currently working on, and I mean that. I'm working on The Maidens. It's not fun. I'm not having fun. Have I lost hope? I kind of have lost hope. I have kind of lost hope that The Maidens is gonna end well. I don't think I'm gonna be satisfied at all. I'm so offended. I have so much to say about the author as well. Did you know he was a screenwriter? I just want to mention it real quick. The other one, I'm so scared for All's Well. It's over there. Oh gosh, you know what? I just remembered that I'd never uploaded the reel that I made for the books that I'm reading this month. Oh no. I'll do that tomorrow. I think. I did film it. It's ready. I just forgot to upload it. All's Well by Mona What is the second book that we'll read this month, or that you can start reading right now. If you recognize that name, it is because that is the same author as Bunny. And I think, actually, the sequel might have been released. So maybe I'll just fill up October with lots of books that... Yeah? I think it's just released. Oh no. What am I doing? Why am I not getting a result? Hold on. So the writer of the Maidens wrote the movie The Devil You Know, starring Lena Olin and Rosamund Pike. He wrote that. I didn't know that. What the hell? Need to read more, to be honest. Last time I actually opened a book up was like a year ago. I'm not mad about that, right? The fact that you're here is a very good sign. And that you had a book intended to be read, or maybe you even did read it just a year ago. That's amazing as well. You can always start reading. There's no time like the present, but As long as you don't give up on it. If you don't decide to never read again, like so many people do when they finish school, they'll say with a lot of pride, I will never touch a book again, and that breaks my heart. I'm sorry to interrupt. Why won't you let me leave? Maybe later, okay? I am not. I am being forced to pay for Wikipedia. You know what? I did actually. I do donate every once in a while. So please stop bothering me. Yeah, the writer of The Silent Patient and The Maidens. The Silent Patient was really good, which is why it's such a disappointment that The Maidens is so bad and to me such a ripoff. Um, but yeah, if you saw The Devil You Know, that was written by the same guy that wrote The Maidens, and I'm not sure what happened. I'm really not sure. Just being a screenwriter is already criminal enough. Why? What makes you say, Toby? Oh, where? No, I don't know. I'm not gonna say because I can't give you any information. I don't know how to look it up either. But I'll get back to that. Oh no. Hopefully my contact isn't absolutely dissolved by tomorrow because I feel like it's gonna die. What's happening? The entire article doesn't say. Okay, hold on. I'm being silly. Screenwriters are all lovely, intelligent people. No cap. No. Why do I feel like this is extremely passive aggressive? Oh no, it's not yet published. So I was reading. Oh, the 23rd. So I could probably read it for spooky season as well. So yeah, if you know Mona Awa, she wrote Bunny, and we are going to read All Is Well for October, the second spooky read that I will be endeavoring to not lose. All right, so just so you know, this needs to be full next year, right? No, 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 no slacking. We're going to collect. I did start a little late. We're going to collect more spooky books for next year, but for now, it's gonna be Under the Skin by what was it? Michael Faber. Yes, I'm coming. And Into the Pit by Scott Cawthon, which is a Five Nights at Freddy's short story collection. It has 3 short stories, and the other one is also a movie. So, in case you're not interested in reading along, you could watch a movie if there is one available of the titles that we have picked. Yeah, it's really a guideline. If it inspires you to read something, anything, do that. Don't force yourself to join because you wanna join. Uh, Reading is supposed to be fun, and I don't want to demotivate you by forcing you in however way to read something that you don't like. So if this doesn't resonate with you, or if the September books don't resonate with you, but you kind of feel that itch to start reading again, find something else. And please let me know and talk about it and let me know what you think. You know, I want to know. I want to know everything. It's a problem. But I am going to leave it here. I will be back tomorrow. I am going to stuff my face with lasagna again. I am so hungry. I've been salivating for an hour, I feel like. You know what sounds great to me? Learning Braille and reading in the dark. You know, that is actually the greatest hack I've ever heard of the way. Wait! Actually! Because if you have a migraine, you can't do that at the end of the stream. Actually, that's perfect. I'm going to look into that. That's genius! So one book about a little woman hunting down fitness boys, and another about a person with as many personalities as there are short stories. Yeah, basically straight up. So fun times. I'm probably going to read a lot more spooky books anyway. I think I'm just gonna completely soak myself in spooky and winter and cozy vibes because I desperately need it. I am done with sun. I need cozy, and this is the beginning. Okay. Once again, if you like My Flower Crown, try to get your hands on some kind of flower crown, or even just one flower or something to put in your hair, or on your collar, or whatever it is. Try being a little bit more whimsical. I promise you, it's a lot of fun. And the difference of state of mind that I am now, as compared to how I felt this morning, is really silly. And not just because of the flower crown, but because you like it. You know what I mean? And thank you for that. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you very soon. I'll be back tomorrow. Look at the schedule to see what that means for you. It's going to be on the other side of the day. And I will keep talking about the Halloween stream that we will have on Halloween itself, which is separate from the rest of the streams. All streams will be continuing, but we'll have a little bit of extra time together. So let's rest a little bit more. Eat. Don't forget to drink water. I love you. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Just be silly. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're not hurting yourself or anyone else. I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.